Perfect transition for Thrifty Thursday because Jessica, the coupon hacker, as you call yourself,
that's right.
We've been a fan of Crock-Pots the last few weeks because it's that time of year, right? Yes. Using it once again.
I am. That's what's kind of fun was we're doing applesauce in it.
And so we've got, and I didn't even, I guess it's just the silly part of me that always has applesauce in my fridge. Never thought about having applesauce in the Crock-Pot, but you got to cook it first somehow, right?
Yeah, so. Yeah, you do. The nice thing about doing homemade, obviously you don't have the preservatives in it. You know, it's fresher, the flavor's a lot better in it, and it takes nothing. You can let it literally cook while you're sleeping and wake up to
awesome. So obviously that's going to be a side. We'll get to that in just a second. First, though, the main dish with this meal that's going to be less than $10 again, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Paul's is the place to be right now. They have pork sirloin roast on sale for $1.18 a pound.
What?
It's insane.
That's
that
pretty
is
good price.
Yes, that is stock up as much as you possibly can.
Because can you see how big this is? This roast is massive. And what did you say?
How many pounds is that?
That's almost a 5-pound roast.
Oh, okay. So that's about half, a little over half of your $10, but with the other things we see here, you're not going to spend any, hardly any money on any of the other things, right?
No. So with the roast, I like to just, I mean, and even your butcher, you can have them slice it. If you want to cook it like chops, steaks, they will slice it for you. There is a bone in there. So have them slice it for you. They will do that. Awesome. But otherwise, cook it like a roast. If you're going to do it in the oven, I like to generously cover it with garlic, salt, and pepper. Those are my favorites. Throw in a half of an onion that I have diced up and literally just put it in there. And same as an apple. I've cut an apple. And
you put the apple in with the roast.
I
was assuming that was for the applesauce, but
no, put it in there. Apple's such a good flavor for pork, so put that in there. Yeah, and if you have apple juice, put about 2 cups of apple juice in there. Otherwise, just put water. You just need some moisture, and let that cook about 375, about 2.5, 3 hours. Pretty much, you want the salt and pepper will make a crust on the top, and you want that to start cracking. It starts falling apart, so you know it's done. If you don't, you're going to be gone all day. You can even put it in the crock pot, let it cook all day, and then just throw it in the oven just to make that crust on the top if you want.
Nice.
And it won't take anything.
And so, if you do have 2 crock pots, you could have them going at the same time. One crock pot for the roast, the other for the applesauce.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. Yeah,
and how cheap are apples? I mean,
right now is the peak season for apples, so this is the time to buy them. And again, Paul's is coming through for us. They've got them on sale for 54 cents a pound. But if you buy their bags like this, they have them everywhere. They'll have them sitting around by the apples, and they've got coupons that are actually attached to them for $1 off.
How nice
so buying the bag with the $1 off, it makes them only 40 cents a pound. I got 16 apples in that bag.
And how much applesauce will that make?
That will make 2 batches of this. You only need 8 for this batch. So very, very cheap to do that. And then even for my potatoes, I like to do fried potatoes. I mean, what gets more American than that, right? But a trick that I have for them, if you slice your apples in a nice, you know, in your rounds, if I can grab one.
And these are soaking in, is this just ice water or is this other?
This is just ice water with salt. But cut them into rounds like that and put them in an ice bath. And when you do that, it breaks down the starch, and then it also will give them the flavor. They won't stick together, and they'll get nice and crispy and golden brown.
Nice. And then
so it's a really nice little trick.
I'm assuming after that soak, you won't even need to add any on the top then, right? They're ready to go.
Yep. Put them and the other half of your onion into the pan with a little bit of oil, just to coat the bottom, and let them fry.
Potatoes and onions. And, of course, meat.
I know. I can get wrong.
Right.
So the total for this week's meal, if you make all of these things?
It's $9.54 or 57 cents. Wow. Extremely cheap.
Seems like we always have a quarter or more to spare.
I know. There always is.
There
always is. Yeah. And the applesauce, I literally took 8 apples and just slice them up. Yeah, this is great. And peel it, core it. You'll leave the peels if you like them.
And get a look at that. You can see the cinnamon in there.
It smells so good.
And it really does.
It smells
so good right now. There we go.
Yeah. Just put that, I peeled them and cored them. You could leave the peeling on there if you wanted.
Does it matter what kind of apples?
No, really, you just want sweet ones. I mean, the Red Delicious are really great for it. I mean,
they're softer anyway.
They are, and they'll break down really well. And they're always the cheapest ones. So I just put them in there. I put, 8 apples, about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Cover it, put it on low for 6 to 7 hours or so, and voila. Depending on how you like the texture, you can easily get rid of my cinnamon stick. You can easily just mash it with potato masher if you like yours a little bit chunkier.
I was going to say, yeah, leave it a little bit chunkier that way.
Or just go ahead and put it in a food processor and puree it.
But have some over your oatmeal in the morning.
And I dare say, if you have leftovers, you can also have an applesauce pork sandwich.
Oh,
yes. Pretty good too. So awesome stuff here. Delicious smells in the studio this morning. And we will post that on our website, idahoonyourside.com. And of course, you've got coupons and other tips at livingonacoupon.com. Jessica, the coupon hacker, thanks for this edition of Thrifty.